Hi there, Cancer Leo. Welcome back. Cusp Beauty Tarot. How are my Cancer Leos doing? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're having the beginning of a good weekend. Let's see what's up for you, your person that you might have on your mind, your relationship, and where it might go, what you should do. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you for being here, first of all, and foremost of all. Cancer Leo. Your person is in the energy of the Ace of Wands. Their strength is the Eight of Pentacles. Their weakness is the Ten of Wands. How they feel about you is the Nine of Swords. How you feel about them is the Page of Cups. The probability of getting back together, if you're not together, is the Two of Swords. Strengths when you were together is the Ace of Cups. Weakness when you were together is the Page of Pentacles. Blocks to reconciling your differences is the Four of Swords. Overall analysis of your person is the Knight of Swords. You might be dealing with an air sign, potentially. And let's see if they came back, what would be the overall outcome? Oh, Eight of Swords. Definitely a lot of swords in this reading. I mean, there's other things, but there's definitely a lot of swords. And if they came back, what should you do? Seven of Pentacles, bottom of the deck energy, the moon. So there could definitely be, I feel like there's fear and angst associated with the situation right now, for sure. Somebody's holding fear. There's a Queen of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and the Star, and the Knight of Wands. So there's definitely an undercurrent of passion here, for sure. Is it being expressed? I think there's some big boundaries that somebody is setting. That's what I'm feeling. One or both of you is setting boundaries. Your person is in a state of wanting to create something new, projects, inspiration, passion. Um, there could be this kind of more of a chemistry kind of a feeling, but I feel like if they're in the state of the Ace of Wands, it's more about that they have, that creativity of feeling like they want to spark something new. That said, who knows what area of life that is in, because toward you, they are feeling the Nine of Swords. So there's definitely, again, Moon sitting right here with the Nine of Swords. There's some fear, angst, negativity associated with this, maybe based on past experiences. In the past, your weakness on this person, the weakness of this person is the Ten of Wands. So they have a habit of making things into mountains out of molehills, I feel. They load themselves up maybe unnecessarily. They burden themselves unnecessarily. Maybe they say yes too much, take on too much, try to achieve too much. This person might be somebody who's an overachiever, but to the point of burnout, and that's their MO. They kind of thrive on doing it all and getting burnt out. They're positive at the same time is that they're a hard worker. Eight of Coins, but in its negative, they can get overwhelmed, burdened, maybe even get into a little bit of a victim mentality. They're taking that energy and aiming it toward you with the Nine of Swords. Their mental anguish-y feeling right now is aimed toward whatever is going on with the two of you. And you're coming at it much more fresh, innocently with the Page of Cups. Like I think you would. You would easily talk to this person. You would easily chat, text, have a coffee, have a drink, meet up with this person. I mean, I think that you feel much more open. And I think, again, with the Ace of Cups being the strengths when you were in it, it's definitely like you're reflecting some of that original burst of positive emotion that you guys know or have known. So I think you grasp onto that. They grasp onto more. I think a feeling of unworthiness or negativity around this for some reason. I'm not sure why. Um, the probability of getting back together is the Two of Swords. That's a decision not yet made. So the probability of getting back together is in the energy of the Two of Swords. So, one or both of you not being able to look this square in the face and really take this a realistic approach to this decision. It's a gridlock decision, um, that in order for the probability to kind of go up from this state, it would be a need to kind of see things realistically, see the writing on the wall, kind of take the good, bad, and the ugly into account and make a decision. And right now, one or both of you are avoiding conflict, and that's all, pretty much keeping you in a stalemate. So that's what's getting in the way. I mean, that's the probability of getting back together. It's kind of hard to know. The answer is it's hard to know. The block itself, um, sorry, I lost my earpiece. The block itself is the Four of Swords, and that is also a stalemate. So the probability is iffy because the block itself is the Four of Swords, which is, resting to the point of reflecting on this, not acting, not taking action. So I feel like the resting and reflection point has gotten to a stalemate. So that's the block, that somebody won't act, if I can be really direct about it, at least during this period. The overall analysis of your person is the Knight of Swords, and they have a tendency toward action. So maybe even sometimes abruptly. And they do know how to communicate. If they came back, what would be possible? Well, the Eight of Swords, because there would still be some hangover of fear, concern. This would not have been fully addressed. But, the person might be thinking about it because they do have the Knight of Swords. And ultimately, what should you do? Well, I would say tread carefully, be patient, look carefully at where you want to invest your energy. With the moon on the bottom, it's definitely like you don't have all the information that you need. And maybe they don't either. And I think that's where the block is. It's like you're staying, kind of in a bit of ignorance around this, the two of you. I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. I just mean like sometimes you just don't have the information because you're playing it safe. That's what, it's safe and stuck. That's maybe going to be the title of this video, Safe and Stuck. But let's do some clarifying first. So your person is in the energy of the Ace of Wands. Oh my God, I just got this for Gemini Cancer. That's so crazy. Okay, so the Devil and Temperance. So they are, passionate maybe, but they're trying to deal with the ups and downs of their emotions. That's giving them, they're almost kind of afraid of their own passion. They're afraid of their own addiction. They may be even afraid of their own connection to you. So rather than confront what this is all about, they would rather take a pause, aim for balance, and the chaos of it feels like a burden. 10 of Wands, 10 of Wands. So there you go. They have ability to make it bigger than it may need to be, and then kind of not go toward it and go away from it, where you're going toward it with the Page of Cups. Yeah, King of Cups. So you have an emotional connection despite past losses, and you're willing to kind of see the positive through the weeds here. You may not be expressing it, but you're in control of your emotions enough to know kind of the pros and cons, it feels like. You are. The probability of getting back together, I said, is kind of a gridlock. Like you're staying safe, but silent on it, maybe. There's a more immature energy around this, not wanting to face the music, wanting to express truth if it's light enough, but not serious. Putting boundaries up to try and stay in control. With the proper boundaries, something could happen here. Not getting overly emotional about it, but actually leaning into the reality of the situation. I think reality is called for. A balance of the lightness of the Page of Cups energy with the logical nature of like a King of Swords. So somewhere striking a balance in the middle, I think would be really important. Why is the Four of Swords a block? Yeah, to completing the cycle. To complete the cycle, there would need to be this insight and learning. And right now, that's what's seeming to happen. It's just because it's still in that stage, it's a block. It's not a negative thing. It's just that reflection and reflection to the 10th degree here would cause learning and the push out of this cycle. And that's just where it is. We're not always in a state of action. This is a state of reflection. This is definitely a state of reflection. Why was the Page of Pentacles the weakness when you were together? Well, the person or one or both of you wanted to, again, move away from chaos. So the giving, the material giving, making an offer that comes with the Page of Pentacles, the making an offer with the Six of Cups wasn't good enough. That's why it was breadcrumbs. And that's why it was a negative when you were together. Somebody had enough of that. I mean, the strengths was there definitely was an Ace of Cups, definitely was a sense of partnership, not always expressed, but an infinite connection. The overall analysis of your person is sitting with the Knight of Swords energy. Yeah, I just said that they might want to come forward. They might want to make an offer. And the Two of Cups. Despite all this, and yes, there's reflection and inaction, lack of action going on. Your person knows that you were making an offer to them, and they see that as a something very meaningful to them, and they would be contemplating that too. But I think again, they're in gridlock. They definitely see this as an important relationship, but I think they're a bit commitment phobic. Oh my God, the person's like walking right away from the Ten of Cups. I'm sorry. For some of you, that's going to resonate that your person just really gets bogged down with the notion of responsibility, when it comes to relationship and family. If they came back, the outcome would be tense and intense with the Eight of Swords. It might be emotional and hard to discern what's real, what's not. So again, the Two of Swords might prevail, which is that avoidance thing. So there's a continuation of avoiding what's real, avoiding the truth. So your advice, Seven of Pentacles, is to, look at it carefully. I think, to see what is real, I think is really key here. To tap back into the emotion, the pure emotion, to understand what you really want and if you're going to transform and what you need to do to heal this cycle. Looks like there's some healing that needs to go on with this cycle. Trust your intuition. Definitely. Trust your intuition. You're going to know what to do. There's some change that really does need to happen. Like I said, there's this overly safe, ignoring the reality, stuckness during this analysis period, during the reflection. Reflection is good, but only if you can take the blindfolds off at some point and see what's real. Really tap into your emotions and intuition. And looks like there's healing. And we have again the moon underneath here and the need to release this Nine of Swords. So I hope that was helpful in some way. Please let me know. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for being here, and I will see you soon. Thanks.